I am Yonatan Netanyahu. I was in the Israeli Defense Forces. I was born on March 13th in New York City to Ben Zion and Sela, who had moved to the United States. They moved to the USA to be part of the new Zionist organization. I was made famous in the operation that resulted in my death. My family moved to Israel shortly after it became an independent country. We moved to Talpoit, a southern neighborhood of Jerusalem. My brothers Benjamin and Ido were born while the family lived in Talpoit. In 1955, my family moved to a permanent home in Kataman, a district of Jerusalem. In 1976, an Air France Airbus A300 flight from Jerusalem to Paris was hijacked, and the plane was forced to divert to Entebbe International Airport in Uganda. The hijackers were demanding $5 million. However, upon arrival, the 200 people on board were shocked to hear that Ugandan soldiers were not there to rescue them, but to protect the hijackers. Rather than paying the $5 million, Israel decided to plan a rescue to save the hostages. They chose this because then the hijackers would have succeeded. If they succeeded, it would have influenced people to do it more. I was in charge of the team to rescue the hostages. Sadly, after 46 minutes of the raid, I was shot. Despite the medical team's efforts to revive me, I passed away on the plane back to Israel. However, because of my efforts, many hostages were saved and were able to return to their families safely. Only 4 hostages died in this mission. And even though I lost my life, we can be very proud of this outcome. All of the hijackers were killed. However, it is unclear how many Ugandan soldiers were killed. Fortunately, one of the hostages was hospitalized in Uganda, but the dictator of Uganda ordered her to be killed on the spot. And because Kenya helped the Israeli troops, 250 Kenyans who lived in Uganda were ordered killed by the Ugandan dictator. I said many things that have become famous. In 1980, my journal was published. My most famous quote was, "In another week, I'll be 23. On me, on us, the young men of Israel, rests the duty of keeping our country safe. This is a heavy responsibility, which matures us early. I do not regret what I have done and what I am about to do. I'm convinced that what I am doing is right. I believe in myself, in my country, and in my future." I was an important person because I was courageous and successful in defending the lives of many people. Since my death, I have become more famous and people recognize me as an idol. Now people read my writings and quote them as inspirational. Even though I lived a very short life, my legacy lives on.